Hello, hockey fans. Well, day two of the Stanley Cup playoffs is in the books with 4 games that have played, and there's something I really have to vent about, but I have to save it for later because I want to do this. I want to mention these games in chronological order from first to last, starting with this. So Florida is 1-up on Tampa Bay. My goodness. It ends a losing streak. I think that's their first playoff game win over the Lightning since I want to say was it game 4 or 5 of that series in 2021. But yeah, it's just it was a good close game, but Bobrovsky just solved Tampa. He kind of knows how. I thought he was the goalie from Columbus from that crazy upset from 5 years ago. But yeah, so Florida, they took care of business in game one, but Tampa still should take them out. After all, Florida's just a bunch of frauds anyway. There was never any doubt here. Rangers, powerhouse, Capitals, just happy and lucky to be there. But pretty much everybody's saying the series is over. But this is hockey. Too many things can happen. That's why I didn't pick the Rangers to sweep them because Washington could kind of pull things out. The one surprising stat though, Ovechkin didn't have a shot on goal. First time that Ovechkin was held shotless in a playoff game since a game in 2018. Ironically, they went on to win the Stanley Cup. But yeah, it was scoreless after one, and then the Rangers just turned it on. It was just crazy. But and speaking of crazy, let's get this over with.
Starbucks and Regis Philbin. I just thought there might be a huge audience for a column about college students.
Well, I had to learn the hard way. So yeah, I was dead wrong about our goalie. I took that stance. Said he's a Vezina candidate. He's leading the league in wins. What more do you want him to do? Apparently, what we wanted to do is not give up 7 goals in the game. The sad part about this is we kicked ass in that game. We did. We really did kick ass in that game. But the goaltending was... Where was it? It was gone. I mean, we scored first. We scored first in a playoff game. The last time we scored first in the playoffs, you have to go all the way back to Game 3. Game 3 of the 22 final. That's 10 straight games where we did not score first. We didn't even score first in Game 6, the game we won to win the cup. True story. But yeah, and of course you remember how the series against Seattle went. Didn't score first in any of those games. That's humiliating in a 7-game series. But we scored first finally. I went yes. Then they took the lead. Then we took it back, scored 2 goals. Boom, boom. 18 seconds later. But then 18 seconds apart. But then less than a minute later they tied up, and it just went downhill. Georgia went downhill from there. George is not so gorgeous. Something's wrong with him. This is not the same Georgiev from last year. He played better than this last year, even in the series loss against Seattle. This year, I don't know. I really don't know. And I'm following part of the consensus that says we need to start honoring. There's no other way. We need now he wasn't feeling well. He wasn't feeling well today. That's probably the only reason why Georgiev got the start. But we need to get juice in there. We really need to, because I can't take this anymore. I really can't. I've been on the pedestal. I put him on the pedestal. I've defended him tooth and nail, even with the bad losses. I can't do it anymore. I really can't. We scored 6 goals on a Vezina candidate, on a hardcore Vezina candidate. You're supposed to win when you score 6 goals on a goal like Hellebuck. Nope. But that's a saving grace. Our offense was just great. And that tells me we can do it again. It's only game one. The series is not over by a long shot. You know, it really did look like Nashville was going to steal this one. It really did look like it. It did look like Nashville was going to be the first road win in this year's playoffs. And then the 15-second span happened. It wasn't 12. But, boom, boom, just like that, Dakota Joshua took over for Vancouver, and all hopes for Nashville were dashed. I was kind of hoping for overtime. I kind of hoping for overtime. We still get to see overtime so far in the playoffs, but didn't come to be. It didn't come to pass, so yeah, Vancouver drew first blood in their series. It was a good game, though. And it was a nice, quiet change of pace from the 13-goal insanity that was our game one. So what did we see on what did we see on day 2 of the Stanley 24 playoffs? Washington's mismatched. Tampa still got problems. The Avs had a lot of heart, just not a lot of goaltending. And Vancouver, they're pretty legit at the moment. So it was an amazing night. I only wish that the result for us was different. Even if the goaltending was decent, we'd have stolen that game. We were still this close to stealing that game. Again, that tells me we can take game 2 like that. But anyway. So, like I said, I really learned my lesson when it comes to Georgie. He's not it. He's not really doing it. So, with that, that's my recap of day 2. And here are the games for day 3 tomorrow. Yes, it's another 4-game night tomorrow, and it features game 2 in Raleigh between the Hurricanes and the Islanders. The Canes up 1-0 in that series, and of course we have game 2 between the Maple Leafs and the Bruins. The Leafs really need to get it together. Boston has the 1-0 lead in that series, and then finally the last 2 remaining series that haven't started, they kick off tomorrow night. Game 1 between the Dallas Stars and the Golden Knights. Of course, that's a rematch of last year's Western Conference Final. And of course, we have Game 1 of Oilers Kings for the 3rd year in a row, and that's gonna be a good series. The last 2 were so. That's my recap of night 2. It was an amazing day. Again, all I wish was our outcome was a bit more different. So, if you like this video, click the like button. If you're on YouTube, click subscribe if you want more. If you're on TikTok, feel free to hit that follow button. And I'll be back tomorrow with a recap of tomorrow's playoff action. So stay tuned.